Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead, and I'm here with Limbus Company. This took a while to get going, but anyway, yeah, here we are. I have never played the game before, barely know anything about it, and eager to try it out. I heard a lot of things about it. Other than the things that I don't know, which I'm also eager to try, but anyway, let's just get started, alright. I do enough of the stupid, the rambling bit. Alright, anyway, I can't run from us. I don't know who us is. You dare interrupt me just as I was engraving the blank 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 blank. You must be out of your...
엄밀히 따져보면 스승님이 하려는 게 도시의 금기는 아니더라.
I can't tell what language she's speaking, but I want to say German. No, Russian. That's it. Probably Russian.
시도할 생각조차 못했던 그런 일이라고 해야 하나?
Maybe. Or Chinese? Actually, wait, what language are they speaking?
근데 이 녀석.
And why can't I see?
그 사이에 머리를 갈아 끼웠군. 원래 당신
Panther.
같은 자들은
I
준비성조차
barely know
철저하다.
her. But that one's actually a guy, I think. Oh, I'm the clock guy in the cover. Okay. I'm Clockman. Alright. Just wait till I get the... The likes of you will be no match for...
아무래도 저 대가리엔 입까지는 없는.
You know, I can see the line resemblance. She's got like the mane, she's got the claws. Yeah, that's a good character design.
째깍거리는 소리만 들리네. 속에서는
And that, okay, she's like a wolf. Got it. Not the minute hand.
째깍대는 소리가 빨라지는 걸 보니 아파하기는 하나 봐.
Well, my head is on fire. Damn it. Why am I being attacked? Not good. I'm worried decay already. The blah was done too quick. Not the blah.
뭐야? 이젠 잠잠하네. 그럼 슬슬 끝내자.
Also, the screen is very wide. I want to point that one out. I guess this is meant for a phone, but like, this is it's very horizontal.
늑대.
Maybe this would work on an ultra wide.
누구도 볼 수 없는 곳이야.
No eyes on them. There are also no eyes on me. I am a clock. Unless those two little red dots in the top left of my face are eyes. Which it could be.
우린 가르침을 따라야 해. 시간을 끌어서는 안 되니까.
그렇지만 우리가 살면서 언제 이런 녀석을 죽여보겠어?
So I guess, yeah, I think the loading screen said I was like an executive.
공과 사는 구분함이
Personally, I'm more of an intern at this point, but sure.
얼굴을 보고 싶었는데 아쉽게 됐어. 당신의 별이 어디 있는지는 알려주지 않겠지.
So I do have an actual face. Like hell I am. I'm taking this location to the grave with... Damn it, where was it supposed to be again? My memories are fading too quickly.
그렇군. 입이 없었지.
No mouth. Yeah. How am I talking?
자연히 그것을 찾을 방법도 이자에게선 얻을 수 없겠군.
I feel as though they should have tried torturing someone who can tell them things.
그럼 이제 끝내도 돼?
그래.
You can try.
이거 무슨 소리야? 표범. 설마 뒤에다가 추적자들을 달고 온 거야?
아니, 쫓아올 자는 아무도 없었어. 짐승일 확률은
짐승 소리가 아니야.
I don't think wild animals... Yeah, I don't think they sound like car engines. Limbus! Oh, it's a Limbus! Okay, it's a... I should have put that one together. I feel a little stupid for not realizing that it was, like, bus, like Limbus. Yeah. Hey, Lava's welcome to the stream. I see you know, like listening to Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit. Okay, yeah. Get this, right? So when I was like, when I was making a tweet for this, because, you know, I also post stream announcements on Twitter. Actually, let me make this little exercise for the viewer. Go on Twitter right now. First mistake, I realize. But go on Twitter and try typing in the hashtag for Limbus Company and tell me how many different ways the different hashtags spell company. Because when I checked, it was 3. It was company, and then there was Comapny, and then there was Comapany. How is it that everyone can spell Limbus, but no one can spell company? It's a normal word.
저런 게 어떻게 여기까지 굴러들어왔지?
조난당한 버스인가 본데?
It could have been me. I get very lost when I drive. I send us to hell for your twisted game. The simple fact is, I just want to show that people apparently don't know how to spell company.
길을 잘못 든 죗값은 생각보다 무거울 테.
You know, I gotta be honest, not surprised the person trying to pick a fight with a bus lost. But at least when she gets isekai'd, it'll work. It'll be fine.
사자가 밀린 거야?
Yeah, it's a bus. You know what? Despite your request, I'll check. I'm just saying, you know, you don't know how to read. Okay, but I do know how to spell, which is a different problem. I just can't pronounce it. That's a separate issue. Separate skill set.
내용이 틀림없다면
Oh, hey, what's
당신의
up?
영광의
Hi.
항구에 이르겠지.
He's got a similar jacket to me. Who are you? That nameplate says Faust.
어두운 숲에서
Why are you
길을
speaking
잃었군요.
English? What?
하지만 당신은 두렵지 않았어요. 왜일까요?
Well, I mean, it is a little hard to be afraid of things when I'm a clock whose head is on fire. Also, I do have a nice outfit, so hey, it's, you know, that's because I could simply lift my head to find the star.
그래요.
I like her sword.
이제 그 형상을 되뇌면서 제가 하는 말을 마음으로 외치세요.
There's no place like home.
너의 별을 따라가거라.
Follow your star. Follow your star. At that moment, I felt a sudden thump in my head, followed by the sensation of multiple chains penetrating me. As they often do. I recently found at the library I get most of my books from isn't going to be open back up till March. Oh, that's fucked. Man, libraries need to stay open. There's like a wealth of knowledge that, you know... Oh, wow! That's a visual representation of what it's like to become a gacha gamer. You just get pulled in by the chains of hell.
걱정하지
Oh man, my
마세요.
clock is spinning.
정말로 심장을 못 쓰게 된 게 아니니까. 이것으로
Hey, your heart still works.
계약은 완료되었습니다.
Are you my master?
단테, 이제 저희는
Okay,
당신의
so
시간이
I'm
계속되었습니다.
Dante. I'm also a clock. What do you...
이제 저희의 심장이 멎고 뛰면 당신의 시각이 어디 위치하는지에 따라 달렸습니다.
This is Bezel from the Chicken Cinematic Universe.
잘 부탁드려요.
I hope you'll make a fine leader. Hour.
정말
Ah!
이걸로 된 건가요?
사과 한 알이 떨어졌어.
이 사람은
So I
아직도
take it these guys are the
이상하지만
other employees? And we
이제
presumably
움직여도 되는 거지?
drive a bus
뭐
for work.
몸을
Oh, he's pretty
풀어보는 것도
cool.
나쁘진 않겠지.
불쌍하게 나뒹굴고 있는 저것은 뭐지? 우리의 마지막 대원이 될 자인가?
Hey, I'm the only one here with a red jacket. If anything, I should be your leader.
아, 말 조심하는 게 좋을 걸. 우리 상사가 될 뿐이래.
Well, apparently they agree.
습격은 순식간이었을 텐데 용케 머리를 숨겼군요.
Who are you people? And what's up with this bus? It's all limb-like. Wait a minute.
우리는
버스
당신을
림.
돕기 위해 찾아온 정의의 사자들이고 이건 원하는 곳은 어디든 갈 수 있는 마술 버스죠.
I like they said magical bus in English. Justice? Bus? I don't...
그런 대답을 바라는 거
Maybe I should do
아니었어요?
like a Dante impression for the
그렇게
character since his name is
생각하는
Dante.
마음 편할 테니.
I don't know any buses.
시간도 없고 유리한 상황도 아니니까
What the hell is this?
천천히 하지만 한 번만 설명하죠.
There's some time passed. I do have some good news. The person thankfully decided to give me some cupcakes. Thankfully, they weren't laced last time. Like the last time I saw some, that was a close call. Wait, someone gave you laced cupcakes at some point? With what? So, let me get this right. As long as I do as you say, those complete strangers who I've never even met before will fight in my stead?
맞아요. 당신이 올바르게 명령을 내린다면요.
Okay. Question. What language are they speaking so I know what to speak? Right then, let's slaughter these shitheads. Right then, let's slaughter these shitheads. Go back where I was. To where I was and... What was I doing? Where am I even supposed to go back to? I was right on the cusp of an extremely important moment. Something I was never supposed to forget.
진정해요. 그 머리로 기억이 온전할 리가.
New head. Okay, so I had another head and now I don't.
지금은 눈앞에 놓인 전투에 집중하죠, 단테.
Struggle at hand. Okay, so now we're bringing hands into the mix.
뭐라고 불러야 할지.
Call me boss.
시계 지휘관님? 아무튼
Clockmander.
전투 명령을 내려주십시오.
뭘 명령까지야. 각계전투밖에 답이 없지 않나?
저기요.
So we're going to fight one-on-one?
뭘 쑥덕대고 있는 거야? 다 으스러뜨리면 그만이잖아.
You know, I kind of like this guy. I like his vibe.
최선을 다해주세요, 단테.
Guess they don't have any other choice. Maybe I should read the lines for the other characters as well, just to kind of round it out so I'm not just... Oh, wow, okay. Let us begin by learning the basics of combat. The basics of CQC. Alright. Direct attention to dashboard. You will be using the dashboard to relay your commands to the... you will be using the dashboard to relay your commands to the sinners. Cool. Find each sinner's skills on the dashboard. Okay. The control scheme is simple. Simply drag from the left end of the dashboard to the right end to chain the skills, and you're ready to enter the combat phase. Okay, alright, so, press and hold the gear on the left of the dashboard to grab the chain. Okay. Well done. Now that skills for all sinners have been chained, you may press the gear on the right to start the combat phase. Alright.
가보죠.
Okay, so basically it's like you're determining all the moves at once. Kind of like, I played another game like this. Where you set up all the moves at once and then you kind of watch it play out from there. I guess it kind of plays into understanding what the enemy is going to do before they start the phase. That is how you, the manager, issue orders. Let's try that again. Yeah, ideally in a way that I don't fail as much, yeah. I accidentally went to a place that sold weed and baked goods. Ah. That'll do it. Yeah. We all make that mistake every once in a while, you know? It's like, it looks like a normal supermarket, turns out it's a weed supermarket. It's not Whole Foods, it's, something far more sinister. Not that there's anything sinister about weed, but, you know, it's... Yeah, you got it. Look at the dashboard, grab the chain from the left ear, and connect the skills along the guiding line to command us to use them. Use the dashboard to issue commands to your sinners in combat. Yep, I got that. Let's try this, I guess. Okay, so it's kind of like... I would have said rock, paper, scissors, but I'm not entirely sure which steps lead to which things. I think the side that specifies the type of thing would make it obvious that I was very stupid. Yeah, I think we all have times like that. I sometimes kind of miss signs as well. Okay, so I'm getting destroyed. Issue a command. I got that. Let's see, hold on. Can I see anything about her details? No, I cannot. Okay, so let's go with that. Yep. Unless, nope, wait. Okay, so that's better than that. Alright. Let's go there. Wait, no. Okay, so she's just not that good for this regardless. And then... Purple and... Oh, fuck. Blue's even worse. Alright. Sure.
간다.
Maybe I should just select a different target, honestly. Wow! We are getting decimated. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be losing this much, but... it's entirely possible that I've completely fucked this all up. Okay, wait, let's... Can I select... I cannot select anyone else, I don't think. Yep, green again. Green again. Both of these are equally bad. Purple. Has anyone ever made music with just the Limbus selector thingy? Okay, well I can't, but someone else more talented could.
금방
Alright.
다녀올게.
I think they're dead. That's 2, that's almost 3, give it a sec. Nope, 3. Wow. 4. Oh, not Faust. Defeated. I noticed.
이해가 되지 않는군. 이런 것들에게 사자가 당했다고.
Well, we did hit her with a bus. I think we made it. Maybe we should just incorporate more of the bus into our combat.
잠깐만. 방금까지 싸웠던 사람이 말하긴 그렇지만 이건 대화로 풀 수 있는...
Okay.
이건 이상적이지
Add
않소.
this to the impalement counter.
처음부터 말이 안
Let's make
되는
something
싸움이라고
Ethermancer in terms of
생각했는데.
gameplay. Huh, I gotta try that. And they're all dying? Okay, so I guess I was supposed to die.
다들 장난해? 난 시작도.
Also dead. Good to know. The hell? You said you'd fight in my stead!
이겨준다는 말은 안 했어요.
You never promised we'd win, said... Yeah, got that part. What?
그리고 저만 남았네요.
Well, happy to have you. But we are about to die. Okay, so you meant for this to happen? Got an ace up your sleeve, haven't you?
비장의 수라기보단 그저
So, do you at least have, like...
별을
Up?
따라가는 거죠.
Well... I suppose there are worse ways to go.
단체로 자살놀이라도 하는 건가?
Well... We did all just kind of charge into death. So I'm not 1,000% sure about the specific sound effect you're talking about, but I did hear that the main menu theme was used to be a remix of audio samples. I was thinking though, like, you could just, like... If you hit it at, like, a certain rhythm, could you use, like, the little sound effect selector thingy for the, or the little, battle selector thingy to make music? I'm sure someone probably could. What am I supposed to do? That's what I want to know. Arriving with all that fanfare only to die like flies? Ah, I can't remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said. Is this how I die?
뱀에게 전해라, 거짓 사자. 이건 막을 수 없는 흐름이라고.
Man, now there are snakes involved. Oh, it's not me that's dying.
왜?
I take it the company is at work?
팔다리만 잘라낸 줄 아나? 그래야 사지 멀쩡한 네가 저들을 데리고 허둥지둥 이곳을 벗어날 테니까.
I don't know what pell-mell is, but...
달아난 팔과 다리를 대체해줄 놈이 너밖에 없으니.
붉은 시선.
So if I had the equipment I tried myself to, this would be probably some electronic music. Pretty much, yeah.
그렇게 노려보지 마.
I do like the idea of trying to turn normal sound effects into music more.
별것도 아니잖아. 그 정도 부상이면 위에서도 충분히 할 일 했다고 생각할 거다. 훈장처럼 여기라고.
Of course, the text is a bit too small for me to read. I would make it larger, but in all honesty, with how wide the screen is, it'll probably be very difficult to see anything on either side of it if I make it... Actually, wait, well, I can try. Let's see. We can do this, but it might get blocked by my shoulder at some points. Let's try... that, I guess. This isn't ideal, obviously, but... well, it'll work.
아니면
Unless...
여기서 명줄을 놓고 싶은가?
Actually, wait, can I, like... settings... Not what I was looking for. Alright. That'll do. But at what cost? Oh, the cost being specifically the left and right sides of the screen, apparently. Who are you one of them? Too late. They're already...
늦은 건 아무것도 없습니다. 단테. 우리에게 필요한 건
단테.
오직 되돌릴 시간뿐이니까.
He's not gonna touch my face and rewind it, is he? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by an excruciating stab of pain in my chest, as though my heart were being torn asunder, followed by flashes in the ribs, intestines, stomach, and lungs. Ah! You may not have heard that, but it was the elite dying sound effect. Couldn't even tell where the pain was coming from anymore. I let out a cry of pure agony as I felt my body twisting and breaking open. You... yeah. Okay, oh that... yeah, I rewind time and then they all come back. Got it. My consciousness fading. The only thing I could perceive was the sight of mutilated bodies around me inexplicably regenerating.
앞으로도 끝내주게 고통스러울 겁니다. 단테.
And the voice of the man with red eyes. I hear a beast howling from somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. It's clearly a bus. I'm gonna be honest, it is very clearly a bus. I don't know why everyone says animal. It's clearly a bus. Double check, this game only has Korean voice. Oh, it's Korean, okay. Alright, that makes sense. Cries ceaselessly. Is it wailing out of hunger, or...
움찔움찔거려. 일어난 걸까?
드디어 정신을 차렸군. 버티지
And
못하고
apparently we are currently aboard Mephistopheles.
실망할 뻔했어.
상쾌한 아침.
Ah!
나는야 버스 기사 카런.
Huh. Okay, Charon.
아침은 아니지만 상쾌하긴 하겠어. 기분이 어떻습니까, 단테?
I get the feeling this guy is someone I'm gonna want to have on my team. Well,
제각거리는군. 의사소통이
this language barrier. Oh, so he knows I speak English. I don't know tell, but you can tell the difference between Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. It didn't sound like Chinese to me, but like I didn't really know what else it could be. Korean does make a lot of sense, though. I knew it wasn't Japanese.
저는
At the very least. Oh, this guy's Virgil.
이 말이 제대로 들린다면 무언가
You may
이해에
call me
따른 행동이라도
Virgilius.
취하시죠,
If you
단테.
can hear me, Dante, give me a sign. I gave him a quick nod. He didn't seem hostile.
좋아, 듣는 것엔 문제가 없군. 일단 출발하지, 카론.
Good. At least your hearing is functional. Time to drive, Karen.
출발할게. 부릉부릉.
Oh, she's a... what's that car brand with the vroom vroom thing? Is that Chevrolet or like... yeah, it's one of them. She's a car. It was a heavy roar and vibrations as though they echoed from the bottom of the deep mire. It was then that I realized I was aboard a bus. A Limbus. Bus. Can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past. I thought I'd be too rich for this.
당신이 누구였는지는 기억합니까?
Do you remember who you were? I'm only gonna do the voice for me and this guy, because I want to do the the bad Virgil impression for this guy. Shook my head no. I shook my head to say no. I'd just been reminded that my head was now a clinking mechanism of sorts.
원래 기억을 되찾고 싶겠군. 그렇지 않나?
I suppose you want your memory back, don't you? I nodded. I sure felt like an idiot.
아, 매끄럽군.
Smooth
다들
as
이렇게
it
몸짓으로만
gets.
말하면 안 되는 건가?
What's to stop the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication?
어떻게 생각하지, 파우스토 씨?
Being a monster with that sound. Oh yeah. The vroom vroom thing. Yeah. What do you think, Miss Faust?
파우스트는 사양하고 싶어요.
She talks in
저희가
third
매끄럽게
person.
몸을 움직일 수 있는 상황이 그렇게 많지는 않을 것 같으니까요.
She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair, glistening even without sunlight, gives off a rather mysterious air.
단테,
Dante. Come to think of it, the man with the red eyes has been calling me that too.
단테는 당신의 이름이에요. 이름까지 잊으셨군요.
I'm volunteering in the local theater. Oh, nice! I can get out of my ass out of a slump and actually do the thing. I mean, yeah, I think the most important step is actually, like, making yourself go do it. Because I feel like once you, like, make a commitment to go do something, it's easier to, like, get yourself to do it. Because then it's like, oh, well, I'm letting other people down if I don't do it. I'm guessing her sword says Walpurgisnacht because it's like W-A-L-P-U, so I assume that's what I'm guessing its name is. Sure looks like it. Doesn't sound familiar at all.
점차 익숙해질 거랍니다.
So progressive of Limbus Company to have a clock main character. Wait, you can understand me? Group that attacked me earlier, and that Vergi or whatever he was called, seemed to hear nothing but ticking from me.
파우스트에게는 제대로 된 단어로 들린답니다.
Ah. So we heard me call him a motherfucker earlier. You actually can! But how? I don't even have a real mouth.
그런 구시대적인 발상은 머리를 바꾸어서 생긴 건가요?
Assumptions of yesteryear.
성대나 혀 따위의 발성기관이 있어야만 대화를 할 수
An
있다는 것.
anachronistic thing that vocal organs, the chords, or tongue are necessary for one to communicate. Oh, that's true. I guess you don't... I mean, mute people can still talk a bit. I think the first-person narration means that he's just really attentive to detail or just really descriptive to himself. Yeah, that makes sense. Anachronistic. Right. Never considered that.
당신의 말은
Oh yeah, funnily enough, recently they added Dino Crisis to Steam.
모두에게 전달할 수도 있답니다.
Capcom did. Dino Crisis is, to my knowledge, like Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs. And I kind of want to play it, even if that means I would have to kill the dinosaurs inside of it.
모두라는 말은 수정해야겠군요. 수감자들에게만 해당하는 이야기예요.
And they call them sinners.
당신의 뒤에
But that
앉아
movie
있는
came out a year ago. There are people behind me?
방금까지 당신을 대신해서 싸운 사람들을 말하는 겁니다.
Only moments ago?
그대가 이 여정을 함께할 마지막 조각인가? 얼마나 기다렸는지 모르네.
You're supposed to say hath instead of have? You fake Shakespeare fan?
머리통은 어디다가 팔아넘겼어?
당신이
Where would one sell a head?
당신 덕에 박살나 있던 척추가 말끔하게 돌아왔어요. 혹시 둥지에서 의사 일이라도 했나요?
Do you want him to be a surgeon to rewind time?
잡음이 겹치는 것만큼 불쾌한 것도 없으니.
You can teach a deaf person to speak in some cases. I have seen that once or twice. Like, people who can't hear but can at least talk like a normal volume or whatever. Or in a way that, like, the pronunciation is completely fine. You can teach a blind person to sign given enough effort from what I've heard. I guess you do have to just force their hands at that point, because otherwise they're not going to, like, understand the shapes of stuff. That would make sense, though. Keep your mouths shut. Nothing is more unpleasant than hearing a cacophony of noises.
자기 소개가 필요한 시점인가 보군.
Now a brief introduction is in order.
그럼 가벼운
I'll give you time to make
인사를
yourselves
나누는
known,
시간이다.
starting with the one seated at the very
앞에 앉은
front.
것부터
Speech.
시작.
에이, 왜 이런 건 항상 앞자리부터인지. 앞에 나서는 건 이제 진절머리가 나는데.
I feel like this is the kind of guy that either was like the head of an IT department or he would like own a
당신이
bar.
우리를 이끌... 뭐더라? 관리자라고 하던데.
Or I guess I'm the owner of the bar in this case. Manager? I barely know her.
그래서 어떤 인물인지 굉장히 궁금했는데 말이야. 역시 뭔가 말을 만드는 건 어려워.
Just say whatever, you won't get fired.
머리통은 어디 팔아먹었는지 모르겠지만 저마다 사정은 있는 법이니까. 나는 그레고르라고 한다.
I would tell the story if I knew what it was. Gregor. This sinner is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality. However, an upsurge in emotion or a sudden change of environment may cause parts of the whole... Oh, he's not holding something. That's just a giant insect arm. Got it. I thought he was holding a gun or something. Sometimes my bartenders after the prologue of Burroughs. I haven't seen Burroughs, but that sounds interesting. What is that? Is that like a horror movie? Upsurge or emotion or sudden change of environment may cause parts or the whole of his body to transform into insectile, notably akin to a carapace. Okay, that's what that is. Resembling that of the blank. Unless that's written something and I just can't read it because of the font. Issues: if you do not wish to be rude, if you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obligated to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he can still be reasoned with, and you can get around him without much difficulty as you learn the knack of it.
그래, 양반이 뭐야 양반이. 이제부터 우리한테 엄청난 돈을 가져다 줄 사람한테.
그래?
We're getting money for this? Rich? What's that about? Rich is about owning lots of money. No, I got that part, but what do you mean?
양반보다는 단테. 이름으로 부를게. 당신도 나를 로제라고 불러.
It's a visual novel game, although very mature. It's a fun experience, although I recommend learning German and Japanese beforehand. Oh, I get it. Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Rodion. The unfortunate traits of being Backstreet's born are apparent in this sinner. Backstreet's back. Alright. She loves money, gambling, and betting. Okay, I think I can get along with her. So it is advised to pay close attention to her as the manager. He tends to deflect orders with an unimpressive wink or a silly joke. We recommend taking a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may be down at regular intervals. There is nothing you can do to aid her in that state, so we recommend waiting for it to pass.
난 당신이
Unless
원래,
we can get her a win gambling.
관리자가 된대.
8
이유가
feet
있다고
tall,
믿어.
giant axe that you're gonna probably kill me with, and a gambling streak? Ladies and gentlemen, we found the best girl.
분명 원래는 둥지에 굉장한 사람이었겠지. 그때 버릇을 조금만 내비쳐도 우리한테 돈이 주르륵 들어올 생각을 하니?
She sure is an extrovert, I'll give her that.
아차, 내 정신 좀 봐. 예, 다음은 네 차례야.
I think it'd be really funny if she ran whatever the gotcha part of this game is.
안녕하세요.
아, 시시해. 그게 끝이야?
This woman, you know, yeah, she's... I like her so far.
싱클레어라고 해요.
Sinclair. Even without the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, this sinner seems to get particularly startled or frown when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment, meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mild as split innards at first. As there may be those with violent tendencies among your crew, we recommend taking an approach focused on positive reinforcement with this sinner. He appears to possess a murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has the potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. This boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he even join this company of his own accord? Hey, man, on this job market, you gotta take what you can get.
더 해야 할 말이 있나요? 회사는
Weird bus
So-
battle company or not, you gotta just do stuff. This is my first corporate job. See? I can get behind this guy. This guy, he understands it. He knows how hard this can be.
뭐 앞으로 남은 날은 많을 테니까. 그럼 거기 괴짜 친구가
You gotta
다
pay rent
가자.
somehow. Granted, he probably lives on this bus, but...
이상이라 하오.
Hello, Yizang. You think when someone calls him on the phone, he says, Yi rang? Because it's like, you rang, but... Anyway, formerly the youngest chief researcher at the Redacted Wing, this sinner possesses higher intelligence compared to most others. You can tell because he watches Rick and Morty. We estimate that everyday conversation with the sinner will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk on its own, however. If the sinner remains silent for a long time, that means he is currently processing a line of deliberate thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him. That's it?
이상이요.
He is up front, I guess. I waited for him to see if he was being witty or something. But he just stared vacantly out the window, disinterested.
답답하네요. 사회생활에
Ishmael.
척박한 인사잖아요.
Clearly the main character of Moby Dick, or whoever that was.
저를 이스마일이라고 불러주세요.
Ishmael. You may be disheartened by the defective state of many of your sinners, but do not worry. This sinner is one of the few who can carry out most missions without much complaint. She did seem to do well in that fight back there. She had the best, like, the back and forth thing between her and Lion. She is likely to make reasonable judgments, so it is a good idea to start conversations while looking at her way while looking her way if you are seeking sound advice. However, you mustn't forget, this sinner has survived an absurd voyage in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep, but once you take a wrong turn with her, it will be a difficult task to regain her trust.
당신 덕택에 동강난 몸이 돌아왔다고
So that's something to look out for.
앞으로도 잘 부탁해요.
She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. What about the guy with the bat? Someone who emphasized not being a misfit. She did seem like the most she didn't feel like the most amicable sort. Oh, here we go.
나는
Revenge.
사회생활과 거리가 좀 멀어서. 히스클리프, 멋대로 부수고 깨부수는 일은 전문으로 하고 다녔지.
Heathcliff. This sinner prefers to take action. This sinner prefers to take action rather than wait for logic to dictate his course. His thoughts and feelings are blatantly visible in his demeanor. He has no intention of hiding them. His brashness may cause headaches, or physical injury leading to a headache, in the process of forming a relationship. Please do note that this is not an indication of serious damage to the sinner's thought process. If his fit of rage persists, please contact the Human Resources Department. Once you realize that he is the type that tends to be simple-minded, you'll have an easier time handling him.
누가 시켜서가 아니라 거슬리는 것들에게 하고 다니긴 했지만.
I only did it to buggers that got on my nerves.
당신도 조심하라고.
So watch it, you. This guy is
너는
from
윗사람이라고 거들먹거리는
Liverpool? I don't know.
알레르기가 있거든.
I'm deathly allergic to cocky gaffers who think they can boss me around. Hey, I know a bloke named Clive and other English things. I don't know if I don't think I've done anything to give him that impression yet.
드디어 이 몸의 차례인가?
Ah,
돈키호테일세.
Don Quixote. That makes sense. There is no sinner that can outmatch this one's level of passion if we were to measure it. An avid aficionada of all things Fixer, she adorns herself with a variety of Fixer-related merchandise. It won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there is no need for you to restrict her from keeping her decorations. She is deeply immersed in the role of a righteous Fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerisms akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It is advised to play along with her for a smooth mission. So far, no one seems that hard to deal with.
잘 부탁하네.
Fixer? Definitely feels like a term I used to know.
해결사 말인가?
Now it's just a term that I used to know.
자들이지. 아, 도시에 대해서도 제대로
Perchance
기억하지
thou
못하는
mayst.
도시는
나는 가벼운 인사를 나누라고 했던 것 같은데.
Now I'm curious what her style of speaking was in Korean to prompt that level of, like, the silliness for her dialogue.
두 번 말하게 하지
Don't make me
않았으면
say it
좋겠어.
twice. Next.
홍루라고 한답니다. 잘해보자고요, 우리.
Honglu. A sinner who had lived an affluent life before becoming our company's asset. So they're assets. I'm guessing they're like... Maybe we're all just kind of slaves to the company. Maybe it's a metaphor for capitalism. As such, he has a certain admiration for a free life. But occasionally, he may make ignorant or unsavory questions in regards to the food cooked by a certain other sinner or aspects of the low lives, lowly culture. This can cause significant irritation for other sinners. He's very classist. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in his curiosity-driven inquiries, so it is ill-advised to let them get physical over it. Also, he has a spear.
우와, 당신 그 머리 근사한데요? 요새 유행하는 모델인가 보죠?
No, this isn't that kind of...
제 취향은 아니지만.
저건 무슨 말싸가지야?
Heathcliff looked to be just moments away from swinging his bat. But when he noticed the red gaze laid on him, he grunted and sat himself back down.
요슈.
Okay. Ryoshu. As they say, every person has their own creed, and it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some creeds, you will have difficulty in even simply pretending to sympathize. You will have noticed that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker. Smoking not huge on, but whose eyes shine with a euphoric gleam only during battle. She believes that senselessly destroying the enemy's heads is an uncultured act and a step backward for art. Caution: this sinner's background is one that even our company may have trouble handling. It is advised making her breed personal resentment. It is advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you.
요르슈크.
What point was I supposed to laugh?
메르스,
Huh?
그렇게 불러주시겠습니까?
People watching this stream be like, Mir sollt. Once clear and concise commands requiring no judgment on his part. That's it? Alright. You're polite.
특별한 것이 아닙니다. 그저 보통의 태도입니다.
I'm almost touched. Thanks.
네,
Felt as though something was gravely amiss with him, but I couldn't quite tell what. Was it the complete lack of text on his screen there? Not complete, but it's like, it's significantly shorter than everyone else's little description. The way she scanned me up and down was a little daunting.
저는
Felt almost compelled to bow to her, but she stopped me with a motion of her hand.
관리자님이 먼저 자세를 굽히려 하다니 당치도 않습니다.
Audis.
오티스라고 합니다. 이전에 신뢰했던 부분.
Wonder if she has a twin named Innes. Audis. This sinner could serve as an excellent advisor depending on your capability. However, she also has a meddlesome tendency, so it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She is an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable for your mission. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technologies. You can trust her with the simple repairs of the bus. Notice, Unlike the other sinners, accessing records pertaining to the past of this sinner is not permitted. Warning. Keep an eye on this sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. I assume if it comes to killing me at any point, she will just go do that. Rudeness.
이거 참 마음마저 이렇게 넓으실 줄이야. 역시 처음부터 저희를 이끄실 분이라는 걸 한눈에 알아봤습니다.
What?
인간의 대부분은 서로가 맞붙어 소음과 마찰을 이끌어내지만 그중 소수는 맞붙는 것으로 서로에게 이득이 되는 경우가 있다고 합니다. 검을 날카롭게 벼리기 위해선 그만큼 강한 숫돌이 필요한 것처럼 누구보다 관리자님을 위해 헌신하겠습니다. 편히 써주시기를.
Unrivaled devotion. Okay, so that's reassuring. Thanks. She's at least dedicated to the job. Gave her an approving nod, even though I didn't get what she meant by her rudeness. It makes me want to play Helltaker and Reverse 1999 at the same time. I have heard of Reverse 1999.
아까 숲에서는
I'll take her,
불쌍하게
yeah.
나눈군다고 말하더니 잘도 그런 말을 성대 밖으로 꺼낼 수 있네요.
Okay, I am a miserable thing, but not for the reason you think. I think I get it now.
제가 마지막이네요.
And Faust. Faust is the Faust. Well, perish not Faust. They all had a little thing here I didn't read, but anyway. The sinner who developed the engine of the Mephistopheles, the bus operated by the Limbus company. She claims that there is no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom. And she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing, but as seen with how she treats everyone with subtle gestures of arrogance, there is no hope of her parting with it. Ever. We recommend simply nodding once and getting over it. Even though she has an unparalleled genius, we can't quite figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to find out?
당신의 인생 중 한 번 만날까 말까한 천재죠.
I feel like calling yourself a genius, not that it's not true, but it's more like it does give off the vibe that it might not be. Faust, like the person from Guilty Gear? Yeah, I guess so. Or like Faust from Faust, The Love and the Damned, or whatever that movie's called.
납득하지 못한 듯한 반응이군요, 단테.
The one where the guy becomes a demon or something. It's like a superhero movie or something.
괜찮습니다.
Not convinced, but
통해 차차
will
이해할
I
수
come to
있을
learn? Good to know. Or, good question. Learn what?
파우스트가 진귀한 천재였다는 사실 말이에요.
And she still talks in third person.
관측
Got it.
제가 깨닫지 못한다 하여 사실이 진실이 되는 일은 없으니까요.
I do agree with that. I don't like the phrase where it's like, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, did it fall? It's like, it did fall, but no one saw it. Just like, if I told a funny joke and no one laughed, it's not that the joke wasn't funny, it's that it wasn't funny. Okay.
소개는 여기까지.
That's enough greetings. Wait, no, I've been locked in on PGR recently again and taking a break and it's fun. Yeah, it's good to take a little break sometimes when you, like, even with stuff that you like. Like, that's why between, like, series of, like, when I finished streaming Danganronpa 2, it took me a little break, and then I got Danganronpa V3. I feel like taking a break is good for keeping things consistent and trying to make sure you get everything to, like, the right level of enjoyment.
단테, 당신의 직무를
Dante,
알려드리죠.
let me explain your job scope. You mean as the manager?
관리자를 말하는 거냐고 묻고 있어요.
Explain the job description of a manager. I think I know what a manager does, but I'd like to hear what they think it is. Come to think of it, the man with red eyes couldn't hear me, unlike the sinners.
맞습니다. 관리자 단테.
Just because I threw a glass turnaround doesn't mean the glass broke? Yeah, it's still sharp, exactly.
지옥을 기행하게 될 것입니다.
That's what I'm saying. The Inferno? Why should I go to hell? Your head is on fire.
자신이 지옥으로 가야 하는 이유를 묻네요.
지옥의 끝에는
I guess she'll be my
거울이
interpreter, more or
기다리고
less.
있으니까. 그렇게 말하면 되겠습니까?
I don't... You mean I used to be a treasure hunter or something?
아예 알아듣질 못하는군요.
이해를 요구한 건 아닙니다.
I did not ask for your understanding,
의사를
Dante.
그런 것도 아니죠.
Nor was this a question of your consent. We need more blood, Dante.
기억과 머리를 되찾고 싶다면
The Virgil impressionist has gone completely off the rails. Let's just... Yeah. Memories and original head. I would like both of those things, but I also have nothing really to go off of for them. I mean, I do want them back, but hesitant is a word.
단테가 계속해서 거부하면 우린 어떻게 되는 거지? 거부할 거란 예상은 없었잖아.
무슨 말씀을? 파우스트는 모든 것을 예상한답니다.
Every possibility, except the
모든
one
임무를 마치고 나면
where... I guess they did survive the last mission, but still. Like how every Dante fiction is accompanied by a Virgil, like the universal constant. Man, yeah, Dante Alighieri, when he wrote the Divine Comedy, really just set that all in motion, huh?
당신은 성위를 새길 수 있을 거예요.
Yeah, universal constant is a good way to put it. Something that is always the same in every universe.
제가 보증하죠.
Aspect. A word that pierces through my mind. Even though my memories are gone, my underlying instincts respond strongly to it. And led by those instincts, I make my choice.
보이죠? 고개를 끄덕이잖아요.
좋아.
Nod. Okay, yeah, we were nodding. Got it.
되겠어. 그런데 카론, 아까부터 왜 출발?
Oh, the bus hasn't been moving? I thought we were... I
졸았나?
thought she drove a while ago.
버스 기사는 졸음 쉼터에서만 졸아, 베르.
Only snoozes at rest
내
spots.
피 앞에 이상한 놈들이
Oh, so this is gonna be like a
있었어.
combat thing. The Divine Comedy clearly has some power in its self-proclaimed divinity. And it's comedy.
카론 말했잖아. 버스에 무슨 일이 생기면 곧바로 알려야 한다니까.
Meppy? Who's that?
메피스토 팰레스. 이 버스의 이름이자 버스를 구동하는
And she
엔지니어.
invented that, right?
그리고 파우스트의 심혈을 기울인 역작이죠.
Magnum opus cordis.
지옥을 순항하기에는
Magnum
걸맞는
opum
나룻배가
style.
아닐 수 없지.
My cats are fighting so often that I'm tempted to just tape them together so I can sleep. That would be funny, but I feel like that you have like a much more of a mess to clean up in the morning. Wasn't sure what he was getting at, so I turned away to look through the window instead of giving him a reply.
보아하니 뒷골목에 기거하는 익숙한 쥐새끼들이군.
Rats, rats, we are the rats.
마침 잘
Here to bring you a
됐습니다,
birthday
단테.
bash.
지휘를 연습하기는
Virgil,
더 할
it's
나위
your
없는
birthday today.
조건이군.
Cake and ice cream are on its way.
단테, 처음 전투에서는 생략한 부분이 많았어요.
Many details. I realized that. I noticed that.
제대로 설명할 시간이 없었으니까요. 하지만 그런 식으로만 전투가 이뤄지면 우리는 항상 도륙날 거고
Yeah, I agree. I need to figure out what the system actually
당신은
is.
우리를 살리기 위해 의미 없는 고통을 느껴야만 하겠죠.
It's gotta keep rewinding. Aim to revive you? You mean what happened earlier was...
당신이 시계를 돌려주었기에 우리는 살아나는 거랍니다.
당장 필요한 설명은 아닌 듯합니다, 파우스트 씨. 자잘한 담소는 나중에. 너희들 전원 하차.
전투에 대한 설명을 이어가죠.
Someone must have pressed the yellow tape. As is the whole thing with buses, where you want to stop or something. You can send every sinner into battle at once, yes, but commanding so many personnel at once will not be an easy task. But we could try it. Oh. Alright, so there's a participant limit. Therefore, I will inform you of the appropriate number of participants depending on the participants of each battle. For this occasion, 5 sinners will make an appropriate force. Select 5 sinners you would like to deploy for this battle. Select the lower half of each sinner's cards to deploy them. First, select Yi Sang. Select the rest of the sinners you'd like to deploy.
따라가겠어요.
Sure, you.
문제 없.
내가 필요해?
That is actually more or less who I was gonna pick.
최선은 다해볼게.
Let's
따라갈
go.
준비는 끝났습니다.
These 7-sided icons floating above both the allies and the enemy's heads are called skill slots. Because you haven't issued a command by chaining skills yet, the allied skill slots are currently empty. As you can see, the skill slot chain has been equipped to the skill slot. Okay. Equipped skills are displayed in skill slots floating above each sinner's head. When the combat phase begins, each sinner will engage in battle using the skills equipped in skill slots. Got it. Let's write in the dashboard, equip every sinner with skill slots in their respective columns. Got it. So with that, sure.
좋은 전략이네요.
Perfect.
가보죠.
A lot of clashing. I do like the kind of feeling of this being a larger kind of like battle sort of thing. Issue a command. Got it. Sure. A clash occurs when the sinner and their target both use attack skills against each other. In a clash, their power is determined primarily by the skill they are using to clash. Cool concept would be that everything we see reading is like 1 minute in the past of what's currently happening, like the character's brain and body are separated in the time we work around it. It does sound pretty cool. Like they could have a thing where every time you die, it's like, oh, you just rewind, and it's like it just hasn't like rendered yet or something. And in this clash between two skills, the skill with the higher power wins. Pay attention to the enemy coins. When a skill loses a clash, it will lose a coin. Even if a skill loses a clash, as long as it has remaining skill coins, the two skills could continue to flip their coins and clash until one of them loses all coins. The skill that lost all of its coins in the clash will conclusively lose the clash. A lot of clash. This means that the unit that won the clash gets to attack, while the unit that lost does not. I love gambling! Let's see how power, which determines the outcome of a clash, is calculated. Please issue a command. Alright.
금방 다녀올게.
Come on. Numbers the skill's base power before it flips any coins. This numbers the unit's coin power. Here you can see how many coins these skills have. The number of coins determines two things. How many times a skill can lose a clash before losing all of its coins. How many times a skill hits when it attacks. It took me a second to look at it, but I thought that was like a mask at first, then it's like, nope, it's just a 9. Alright. Okay, each coin that flipped heads will add the coin power of that skill to the base power of the same skill. Final power calculation. The formula for a skill's final power is as follows. Base power plus number of coins that flipped heads times coins power. Okay. Coins that flipped heads will glow, while coins that flipped tails will appear dimmed. The resultant power is displayed here. Ishima's loggerheader skill has the higher skill power, so the enemy's skill loses a coin. As seen in this example, they will continue to clash until one of them has no more coins left to flip. The unit with the remaining coins ultimately wins that clash. Remember, winning clashes is one of the most fundamental aspects of winning the battle. Yeah, kill! Whoops. Oh, is one of our guys dead, or is that one of their guys? I didn't see. I mean, all 5 of mine look alive.
좋아, 간다.
Kill. I'm sure there's a lot more strategy that goes into this later.
아까보다는 쓸만해 보이는군요, 단테.
I'm looking more useful than before. All right. They all got a way to save for one. Can we go after them? Let me say, Quan, my Yugi side flinch so badly that I can smell the arbitrary ultra kill jokes. I still need to play ultra kill.
놓친 적을
I keep putting that on the list for like games to vote for. Just like, oh, you know, in case people want to see it, I've got it there. And I don't know, people don't usually vote for it. At least not that much.
발판을 꽂고 신나는 기분으로 달릴게.
As soon as you have deployed in the last encounter will automatically select it for the next, saving you the trouble of selecting them again. Feel free to change them before entering the battle, however. Select the to battle button.
명령에 따를게요. 효율적이라면.
Alright, I hate to say it. Honestly, I might have to stop here because I just got a notification of something I gotta go do, but I will probably be back with this at some point. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airhead here at VTuber Android. My next stream is tomorrow. I'll be streaming LA Noire. Very eager to get back to that, and I hope to see you all there. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye for now. Yeah, Ultra Kill's like too popular. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I mean, I like the Maxima video on it. That's what made me want to watch it. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see how things shake out. See you, everyone.